Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Love Storyteller Tarot. My name is Jeanette and this is the June reading for 2016 for the elementals earth signs: Capricorn, Virgo and Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Okay, what do I need to say? Well, a big thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel, new, and thank you for those who stayed with me. And for all the lovely comments and emails I've received. I am truly grateful, and I'm sorry if I haven't been able to get back to everybody. It's just impossible sometimes to answer everybody, but I am grateful. And for those who share my videos, all of that really, and the above. Okay, what else did I need to say? I should have wrote it all down, but I didn't. Now we're going to the reading. I'm sure whatever I need to say will come up. So this is for the earth signs. Let's take a look. What are the most important messages concerning love for the earth signs this month, June 2016. I'm actually doing this on the 28th, so I hope it all comes out in time for the 1st, but my apologies if it doesn't. Been very busy with other things. Right, what are the most important messages? Let's take a looky. When I was shuffling the cards and say, you know, what's going to be the most important messages for the earth signs, the Ace of Nuggets fell out, literally jumped out, which is very earthly, very practical. You know, new beginning, fresh start, new beginning on a mundane everyday life beginning. So very positive. It's not pie in the sky sort of stuff. So definitely there's a new beginning for the earth signs, something concrete coming in. And the first card pull is the Queen of Nuggets, and you know, she's very, very earthly. It represents the earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Rising. Doesn't always have to, but you know, she's very down to earth. Very down to earth, very connected to, she reminds me of the Empress. She's very connected to nature, animals, very skilled with her hands. She's not so much the high priestess. She's very, you know, practical in everyday life, and she's more on her instincts. You know, her gut level survival instincts, because we have more than one instincts. We have like three levels of the gut instincts, and then intuitive instincts, and then your higher self instincts. So intuition, and she comes from her gut level, her you know, those instant reactions, not reactions, hits, gut hits, and she'll feel it in her solar plexus. If something's wrong, her stomach will drop. It's to do with survival. She's so much about survival, you know, how can I survive here? And this is to do with love. So it's all about her relationships, and you know, she's a businesswoman, but it's more on it's to do with the job or career, or you know, they can be managers of companies and things like that. They tend to work more for somebody else than, like, I think it's the Queen of Wands. She's more entrepreneurial and self-employed. The Queen of Nuggets tends to be a service, but she's under employment really. So very much she's showing up in the reading. So your own court card is showing up. to do with love. So it's something around, you know, the Queen of Nuggets. She's the energy coming in. To do with the Two of Wands, the Two of Rods. I love this card. It's beautiful. All the cards are lovely in this pack. It's like magic. It's like waving a wand. I just had an image of Cinderella and the godmother, and well, there's 3 of them, I think, isn't there, floating around, or was that the fairies? I can't remember now. But yeah, and they're doing the magic wand. But you don't need the magic wand in this case. 2 is about partnership, and this is about the partner, you know, spiritual partnership. This is something on a deeper level, and it's about having a relationship, you know, with it's co-creating. I call this card the co-creator card. Because your first port of call is to the divine or grace or whatever, the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's about joining forces and creating something from there, really, on a practical way, because it's the Queen of Pentacles that's there. Yeah, and then we've got the 4 of Rods. I mean, and we've jumped from the 3, from the 2 to the 4. The 3's not included. So I feel what they're saying is the 3 is more about contemplation, looking out to sea, and on some of them they got binoculars. It's about, you know, what's out there, and this is to do with love. So what's out there for me? It's somebody contemplating their next step. The next step is the 4. But they're saying you don't need to contemplate. You know, the 3's missing unless it shows that somewhere else. The 2 is about recognizing something, joining forces, maybe joining forces in to do with a project, a career, an idea. It's creativity, which gets you the 4 of Rods, but you don't need to contemplate about it. So it's something that's already established or being established. It's not the Ace. The Ace is where it's just the energy. You're sensing something, you're feeling something. It's passionate, it's excitement. The 2 means there's something that's already formed, that can create the 4 of Rods, which is the, you know, it keeps coming up in the readings, which is about stability. And it's like, you know, this is the rainbow walk. It's all the colours of the rainbow. It's the promise of the universe. If you walk this path, then, you know, you will get your because this card's also about completion. The World card's about completion, but it's more on a universal level. You might not see it so much in your mundane life, but this is more on your mundane life. So yeah, so there's a joining needs to happen. To, you know, 2 and 2 makes 4, and there's 2 people in this. You double the wands, you've got to join. It's double is strength. They're both holding hands. You know, she's walking her path, the feminine side. He's owning his masculine side. She's owning her feminine side. But they're very aware that they've got each other within them. So to build this celebration, these 4 walls is what I'm getting. There needs to be a joining, a coming together. And we've got the Empress. I did say she reminded me of the Empress, and she's called the Mother in this card. You know, the Queen of Pentacles reminds me of the Empress, because they're very much earthly, down to earth, very much the mother. You know, she does represent the mother, nurturing and loving and on a practical, physical way, really. And she's got the animals, all sorts of animals around her. But the crane, I think it's a crane, has joined her. You know, it's laid its egg. So there's something ready, very imminent, ready to crack open. You know, she's about home, she's about fertility, she's about running a business from a home in a very practical, down-to-earth way. You know, it would be what people need in a everyday situation. You know, very grounding, what people need. So it could be to do with this joint product, could be to do with food. Everybody needs food to live, you know, or to do with drinks, or to do with things that you can't do without. Having your hair cut, very practical, down-to-earth ways, but it's a creativity. Only you can do it. But this is about running a home in the way that you want, or even a business from a home, you know, because she needs the security. She needs the security where love's concerned, her own money, her own power. And then, well, we had the, yeah, no, this is the Eight of Cups, and this is what's at the heart of the matter. So this is all about whether to stay or whether to go. Whether to stay or whether to go, I'm getting. You know, you've got one heart pointing that way and one heart pointing to these two. So it does feel like, do I stay or do I go? That's the message I got straight away. Do I stay or do I go? And then we've got the Six of Wands underneath the Four of Wands. Well, that's beautiful. They're literally mirroring each other. It starts with the two. It starts with the two, but you don't need the three. This is about partnership. This is about two people. You don't need three people. It's two people, not three. Okay, which gets you the Four. And then on here, you see that they're here ready to walk that path. But on the Six, they've joined. They've joined with the two. They've joined. They're saying, right, okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. And they've joined hands and they start to take that walk. And here you see, and this looks like two separate paths. On here, this is where they are now. You know, this picture here is where they are ready to, but they've had to go on their separate paths to be able to join for the Four, and then they receive victory because of the joining. They receive victory because they come together. They recognize that they've got to do something together. They're here to do something together. And they do. They don't contemplate anymore. They just say, okay, let's do it. Let's get on with it and do it. And they do. And then look, they don't even have the 5. The 3's missing, the 5's missing. So it's like odds and evens is what I'm getting. The odds and the evens. And we're with the evens, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, so it's even, not odd. 5 is odd, 3 is odd. And it's saying you've walked your own path. You needed to walk your own path to come to the point of joining, to celebrate. And that can be the marriage card. It can be a home card. It is celebration, engagement, a baby, anything that's major, life-changing, really. and then they've joined hands and they're walking, look, and they've got the two, they're holding the two there, she's holding hers, which is in the left hand receiving, and he's giving, the male and the female energies, and they're walking towards the star.